So there's a new pandemic that is hitting the world right now, and it's quite serious. Depending on who you are and how you view life and morals and all that, it's becoming rampant, in the entire world. I thought, like, I've seen my father do it when I was very young, and I thought it was something like explicitly uh, connected to him and his personality and everything. But I realized this is a common problem in this world. I didn't know it was a common problem. I have never participated in it at any point in my life, never. But I see it, and I really want to understand the psychology. The psychology behind it is my main focus for now. Psychology, that's what I'm focusing. What are these people thinking? What goes on in their minds? What messed up shit happens in their mind that decide to make a decision like this? What is it? You tell me. You tell me if you know the answer, but I don't. I completely don't understand these people. They are total morons, my father included. Morons of the highest order of this universe. Nothing is more despicable than what they're trying in this world. I think about it every day and it bugs my mind. I can't. What is the benefit of it all? I don't understand. It's not too cold. Like, if you decided to sleep naked because it was too hot, let's assume too hot. Too cold is not the answer. Too hot. It was too hot and decided to sleep naked in your bed. I would completely understand. But you live in the coldest regions of Kenya. The coldest, like the top of Aberdare ranges. You know where the Aberdare ranges are? You live there. Very cold in the morning, -1 degrees or something like that. Lowest temperatures you ever experienced in this country. And when you go to bed, the first thing you do is undress. Undress everything down to your innerwear and everything. Completely stuck naked. And you get into bed and you sleep. You sleep soundly, like you have done the greatest thing on this earth. I cannot forgive that. I cannot understand that. You need to sleep with your clothes on. You need to sleep. Whatever fire breaks out at night. Just imagine a fire just happens to break out at night. Now you're there, as people are running out to their safety, you're out there looking for your innerwear and you're looking for your trousers and your shorts or your dress if you're not male. You're looking for your clothes as people are running out. You're going to get burned by that fire. You're not going to survive. And you can't walk out naked because it's immoral again. It's unacceptable. I think it's even illegal to just walk outside naked. I don't know whether they give accommodations for when there's a fire hazard or something like that. But everybody expects you to be at least dressed. There's a minimum. The minimum requirement is a pajama. Get some pajamas. But if I understand our culture, that is not very African to have pajamas. I haven't seen them in my entire family line since I was born. So I guess it's okay to just find some other clothes that you go to bed with. So that's that would be the agreed upon best way to handle. Just find some clothes you sleep on and that. But I don't understand. The psychology is messed up. They are totally worse than people who have schizophrenia. I have schizophrenia myself, and I can tell you, your mind is messed up completely more than mine if you choose to go to bed without any clothes or any piece of clothing or any covering on top of. The society cannot forgive you. The society can forgive me because I had no choice on my schizophrenia. It just came. It just came and occupied my entire mind and made me see things and do things that are crazy. I have walked naked, I can say that. Because of my schizophrenia. It made me see things and feel things that made it feel normal and okay to walk naked. But how does a normal sane person just decide to walk into bed naked? I don't understand. I don't. And I don't think I ever will at any point in time because I've analyzed this for a very long time. I've told you I've observed this behavior as a kid from my father, and I thought it was weird. And he didn't like invite me into it. It was his own tradition. He didn't orient me into the practice. Maybe he would have explained to me why he does it and for what reasons that makes it. And yeah, I just saw it from him, and I'm seeing it. I'm hearing it on these threads on Reddit and all these forums that it's particularly a normal thing to do. Maybe if you have a wife, it makes a bit of sense. Now that I come to think of it, he does have a wife, so oh, okay. Looking at it from that point of view, it might make a bit of sense. But no, 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 no. No, you need some clothes. You need to be careful so that when you an emergency alarm just rings, you're ready to skip out of the house immediately and save your life. We are all about maintaining life. We are all about saving lives. So we have to be very cognizant of those kind of measures that we need to take to ensure our lives are long and successful. That's an important part of this world and part of this culture that we have adopted as a civilization. It's about elongating life, making life more appealing and longer in all sorts of forms. Maybe even working on resurrection or something like that. Technology that can keep people living forever. And you're not contributing to that if you have this despicable behavior. You're not. Your psychology is not something even experienced medical health professionals can understand. I don't think they can. I'm not one, but I'm sure they cannot understand. They can't tell you why people think like this. When did it become okay to do that? And then something else, like if you feel like it's too hot, why undress and then get under the blanket? The blanket is supposed to keep you warm. So you why why do you have three blankets on top of you while you undress? Why don't you save your money on one blanket and then put on your clothes and just use two blankets? Save some money. Like it's simple. It's easy to understand. I have never understood. I have never understood the psychology of these people. It's totally disturbing. I would never be involved in such an activity. That would that would mean that I've been so morally degraded. I can't be saved. I don't think religion can save you if you commit such an offense. I don't think religion can save you. The government will definitely not save you. You are not a good citizen. You are not a law abiding citizen. I know the law, there is no explicit law that prohibits that action, but I think there should. There should be a law that tells people never to do that. There are laws that tell people not to do so many things. Why is that? Even if not the actual constitution telling, the culture should be against it. Maybe no one talks about it because they assume this is your bedroom and that's whatever you decide to do in your bedroom is your business, which is okay. It's an okay stance to have for people, but we need to have some guidelines for the society and how people behave. We can't just be living like animals. If an animal got under the bed while they're not wearing any clothes, that's okay. That's very fine. But humans, we are meant to wear clothes. We are meant since the fall of Adam. Before then, we were allowed not to have clothes on, but we have. If you walk outside without clothes, they are definitely arresting you. Or if they're not taking you to jail, they are taking you to a mental hospital. That's not okay. It's not okay. It's really not okay. Whether in your bed or outside, always have some clothes on. The only time you're allowed not to have some clothes is when you're changing from this pair of clothes to the other pair of clothes. But as long as you're not changing, you're supposed to be completely dressed up. Be ready for anything that can happen during that night. That's the only acceptable behavior that is as a society. As a society, we can't call ourselves civilized and we're behaving like animals. So that's very wild behavior. It's wild behavior. If Adam and Eve slept like that, I might understand. But we have people in this world. We have people in this world, and we need to know how to relate to each other. We need to know how to live with each other, and we can't if we involve ourselves in such practices. It's the equivalent of I don't know. I don't even have an equivalent for it. It's so bad. It's so bad. I can't think of anything worse or equally as bad as that. No, no, no. If you're one of those people, I'm completely ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of you on your behalf and on my behalf. I'm ashamed of everything that you represent because it shows you have no morals at all. No morals at all. We as human beings need to be dressed. We need to be dressed decently and all the time. Maybe this is a bit of a conservative opinion, but I think it is quite universal if you think about it carefully. Some people just choose to see it or not see it. But yeah, this kind of behavior is it's barbaric. I would say it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I have thought of it, and yeah, I agree. I agree with my thoughts because it's only in my thoughts. People on forum seems to be okay with it. I'm not okay, and I'm going to speak out. They say that one man can change the world, and I want to change the world in this respect. Always be dressed up all the time, night, day, holiday, mm, every time, always be dressed, and be dressed as well as you want to be. But as long as you are dressed, you are following the laws of this society. But when you decide not to get dressed, no, no, we completely reject you. It doesn't matter what race you are, we reject you. It doesn't matter what social class you're in, we reject you. It doesn't matter how important you are in the society, we reject you for that single behavior. That single behavior is punishable by total excommunication from the society. I know they don't do that nowadays. They don't excommunicate people, but they should bring it back for this behavior, this specific behavior. You should be let to live in the wild with the animals who want to stay without their clothes on, not with people. With people, you must always be dressed completely, from head to toe. If you can, you don't have to be dressed from head to toe, but make sure there is some clothing on you, something we can call linen on you. It's it's the least you can do. It is the least you can do, unless you have no clothes. That's another problem. You might not have some clothes, so that may not make much sense to you when you say that. But try picking up some lost clothes or something like that. Try asking a neighbor for a pair. I don't know whether they will help you. I'm not sure, but they might. They just might, because they understand this rule that we need to be dressed all the time. So you might find some nice people who are willing to help you in that regard if it's clothes you're lacking or something like that. But we need to make sure we are all uh, always dressed, always dressed. A robber comes to your house and points a gun at you. You can't run away because you can't move out naked. You're going to have stand there and face the gun to your uh, face the gun to your head or your stomach or your chest, just because you can't run away outside, because you know that's worse than being killed by the robber. It's much worse. It's totally much worse. You would rather not walk out, and you know it very well. That's why you will not walk out. You let the thief kill you at that time. Yeah, I've observed this, and it's I want to start a petition. I don't know where I'll start a petition, because I seem to be the only one thinking in this manner. But I know I'm right. Everybody might be against what I'm saying, but I know I'm right. I know. And I will never engage in it. I will never engage in it, no matter what the circumstances, no matter how much money I'm offered, no matter how much uh, power I'm offered, no matter how deranged I feel, no matter how sick and insane I might be. I don't think I will ever engage in such behavior ever, ever, forever, forever. So I want the whole world to join me in this. Let's condemn these people. Let's shame them to the utmost. Let them feel guilty about their life choices, because their life choices are misguided. Their priorities are mismatched. They are not in line with uh, they're not in line with this century. This is a new century. They're not in completely. They are completely out of place. They don't fit in, and they can't fit in no matter how hard they try. It's it's an it's just appalling. It's appalling. I really don't know. I really don't know. So yeah, that's my opinion. I've been thinking a lot about it, and yeah, it has come to this. So I thought I should speak about it online and let people know uh, about this, because I think it's important. Like all the other topics I've talked about, everything here I take it with the level of importance of life and death. Like I take everything at a life. I take everything seriously. Like it's a choice between life and death, and that's my hallmark. Like that's what defines me, and that's what makes my opinion. Because I take it that seriously, no matter what I'm talking about. So take this as seriously. If you are that kind of person, you need to stop. You really need to stop. You need to get some clothes on. You need to reduce the number of blankets you're using if it's getting too hot, or put no blankets at all. Just lay there in bed with your clothes on if it's too hot, and wake up in the morning feeling okay. Uh, unless it's too hot to even have clothes on. I think you should get some AC or something like that. I don't know. Do what you wish, but don't.